you, Miss Rhonda. Well, when I tell y'all, I can go to sleep and wake up, and they're still on the phone. I'll be like, have y'all taken a break? Anyway, but that's good, that's good. All right, so unfortunately, the next speaker is myself. All right, my name is Patrick Smith. I married Kim in 2011. She and I actually played in the mud together. But I am an ex-offender.
Not in 2011.
No, not in 2011, no. I am an ex-offender. I spent 21 years, 5 months incarcerated. I left, I was 18. I came home, I was 39. And there's nothing about my incarceration that I regret, other than the crime I committed. And to say that I'm remorseful for that crime is an understatement. I will carry that burden for the rest of my life, and it's a pretty tough burden to carry. But because of that burden, that's why I want to be so active in BRET. If I can help to keep one ex-offender from returning to prison, you know, if we can break that cycle, it starts with one. Then, you know, if I could help, if I could be a part of that, then that's what I would like to do. Like I say, I spent 21 years in prison. My time there, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I was one of those who did not think I would come home. My mom didn't think I was gonna come home. She actually named my younger brother, his middle name is Patrick. And I don't know if she told me this or I came up with this, but somewhere along the way, it was because she didn't think I was gonna make it out either. And she wanted something to remember me by. So, but during my time in prison, I went down, you know, I was mad at the world. And at some point, things changed for me. Something clicked. I decided, hey, I didn't want to do the things I used to do. You know, it was just time to make a change. So, 2 reasons why I enrolled in school. One is I wanted to make my mom proud. 2, there was AC in the schoolhouse. So I wanted that AC, you know, and if you've never been to prison, summertime, it is extremely hot. You know, one of the misconceptions is that prisoners are afforded AC and cold water and all. No, I didn't make that unit, wherever that is. But my entire incarceration, there was a book in Psalms 142, and I just like to read it, but this was my inspiration. This is what kept me going. This is what motivated me. It says, I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplication. I poured out my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then I knew of my path. In the way wherein I walked, have they privately laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me not. No man cared for my soul. I cried unto thee, O Lord. I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living. Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. That the righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountiful with me. Bring my soul out of prison for 21 years. And I won't say every night, I said that prayer, but most nights, bring my soul out of prison. I did. For me, I was an offender that had a lot of support while I was incarcerated. That support was mainly family, and I appreciate all the help that I got. If an offender don't have support, it's tough. It's tough, inside and out. I came home 2011 after receiving my GED while incarcerated, 2 associate degrees, a bachelor's degree in sociology, and it was tough to get a job. Had it not been for my family, my friends, who knows, maybe I would have ended up back in prison. Education alone does not guarantee an ex-offender a job. There are so many things, so many misconceptions, so many small things that society don't realize that goes on with an ex-offender, upon release. Couple of things. When I left, there was no cell phones. We had beepers and pages. So the day I was released, my mom gave me a phone to talk to someone, a relative out of town, and she handed me this little thing, and I was like, man, I didn't know how to hold it, how to, I didn't know how to talk on it. That cell phone, that was something small to them, but it was major to me. We stopped at a McDonald's, I think, and everybody, it was my mom, my sister, my brothers. We went in, my mama said, order what you want. And I was terrified. I was scared to death. I didn't know how to order. And I think my mom realized it, so she helped me, We left there and we went to Walmart. Now, I don't remember a Walmart back in 1989, but I don't know, maybe there was, I don't think so. I remember Kmart and, some of these other stores. But we went to Walmart, and I walked in Walmart, and I didn't believe I was institutionalized. But we walked in Walmart, and it was like everybody in the store was watching me. It was like everybody knew I was fresh out of prison. Now, I had my TDC state glasses on still, and they're very distinct. But as we walked around Walmart, I'm like, man, why is everybody watching me? And so my mom told me, baby, come, chill out. We got the things that they were getting for me, went up to the register, and she left me there to pay for the items, and I didn't know how to use a card. She had told me, what to do, but I forgot that. So I got up to the cashier, and I just told this little young lady, I told her, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm fresh out of prison. I don't know what I'm doing. And so she said, do you know your PN? I said, yes, ma'am. So she guided me through the process, But it's the small things that people don't think about that's major for an ex-offender. When I left, you pull up to a gas pump, you just flip the lever, and you pump your gas, and you go in and pay for it, right? I come home, and we pulled over somewhere, and Kim gave me her card, and what I do with it, So it was a culture shock, to say the least, and these are some of the things that ex-offenders go through. Not all. You have some ex-offenders that they offend and they do a year or two. But there are a lot of offenders serving time that has 40, 50, 60 years, life sentence. And by the time they make it out, technology has advanced, and without help, without some type of support, they're going to be in trouble. Which is, and I actually have a little soapbox, and while I was in prison, I wrote a couple of articles. I believe that the vast majority of the offenders that are released because statistics say they will reoffend. You know? Yeah. I mean, hey, I got a job working for the prison system, whatever position. I need to keep my job. So in order to keep my job, I need customers. I need bodies. You know, so why let 100,000 offenders go that I know will never come back? That's not good business, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the statistics, and I'm gonna release those that's more likely to reoffend, which anyway. So I was blessed. I did go through four 2-year set-offs. And for those who don't understand what a set-off is, I came up for parole the first time in 2012, and I'm sorry. I came up for parole the first time in 2002, and I was set off for 2 years. So what that means is I was denied parole. I had to remain incarcerated for another 2 years before the parole board would see me again. And 4 times that happened. 4 times the system saw a file on me. Inmate Smith, 579-369. The crime I committed, a few support letters, whatever. 4 times, that's what they saw. The 5th time, I was blessed with the chance to have a face-to-face visit with the commissioner. And I made parole. This commissioner saw me. He didn't see a file. He didn't see a number. He saw me. And so I came home, like I say, you know, and I know I'm going back and forth. But a lot of things that we take for granted, you know, the small things, and I'll say that a couple of times, it's major to an offender, ex-offender. I did have Kim, man, you know, if I would have said, God, give me the best woman in the world, and now, it ain't been easy, but you know, she has. I came home. I got my first driver's license. She helped me to get those. My first car, built my credit. Wow. So. I'm gonna stop doing that. So I mean, support is major. It's major. You know, without it, an offender don't stand a chance. And that's what BRET is here to do. BRET is here to, and you will hear a little bit more later, but BRET is designed to help an ex-offender to stay on this side of the fence. You know, we will teach resume writing, interview taking, job placement. Once you get a job, how to keep that job. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of small things that people, you know, not even the ex-offenders, just everybody take for granted. You know, you go into an interview, and I was doing an interview one time. I was interviewing for a management position, and I had a young lady come in, and she was in flip-flops and looked like pajama bottoms. No. You know, I don't think she really wanted the job, you know. So you have to dress appropriately. There are some small things like don't put too much perfume or cologne on, you know, sit the right way. You know, a lot of things interviewers look at, you know, and I picked this up. I never had any training, but I picked a lot of it up as I went along. I did a lot of Googling, YouTube watching, you know. One other thing, you know, ex-offenders, as well as others, don't think about. You go into an interview, either leave that phone in your vehicle or turn it off. Another interview I had, and I can't make this up. I'm telling you, I can't make this stuff up. Another interview I had, the guy, and I was desperate for him, desperate. Guy came in, we started the interview process, his phone rung, and he told me, hold up. Wow. Now, I didn't see nothing on YouTube about how to handle that, you know. But I went ahead and let him finish his conversation. And I closed my folder, and I told him, I said, I thank you for your time. The interview is now over with. Could have been the best employee I ever hired, but he blew it, you know. So you know, these are some of the things we're teaching, you know. And one thing for sure, and this affects everybody, all of us. One day, the majority of offenders will be released. It's going to happen. If that offender went in angry or come out angry, and he or she has no tools to sustain life out here, just imagine that mad offender being your neighbor, your daughter's neighbor, your mother's neighbor. You know, do you really want that? So what we're going to do, we want to equip offenders, ex-offenders, with the tools needed to be successful. A lot of people may say it's impossible. Yeah. Well, I'm living witness. You know, I'm proof that it can be done. Somebody has to care. Somebody. And if I say again, if we can save, if we can help one, we've done our job. But by without a doubt, we're going to save a lot more. You know, Kim is very dedicated to the organization, and as long as she's in it, I'm in it. You know, so, yeah. And Brett's motto, before I close, Brett's motto is changing the recidivism rate one ex-offender at a time. You know, we can't come in and bam, save the world. No, we're gonna take baby steps. But by the time this thing is said and done, we gonna be done what's required of us to do. And anyway, like I say, I will close now. Our next speaker is gonna be Mr. Patrick Seymour. He is our keynote speaker for the afternoon. Mr. Seymour was born in Los Angeles, California. Cali. All right. He's 33 years of age. He grew up in different parts of South Central LA, which led to some gang affiliation. He was incarcerated at the age of 16, was sentenced to 20 years, 4 months in prison. Halfway through his prison sentence, he grew tired of the same old routine. And that's a reoccurring thing. At some point in time, offenders get tired of knocking their head up against the wall, and they realize they have to do better. But Kim always say, well, I'm gonna get this right. Kim always tell me, in order to do better, you have to first want better. But there's a thing, you know, I keep seeing it over and over. So when Mr. Seymour became a Jesus follower, leaving behind the criminal lifestyle. You know, he's co-founder of Jesus Follower, a clothing company. incorporated in 2018. Yeah, my husband got problems. But anyway, without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Seymour to the podium.